Emily, how are you doing?
Good.
Well, I'm well. Are you keeping safe during these times? Oh,
Yeah, safe as it can be.
yeah. All right. Well, it's good to see you.
Good to see you too.
Hey, Dave, how's it going?
Okay, how are you doing? Is everyone?
Are you keeping well?
Yeah, as best as possible. I mean, not knock on wood, healthy. So
I understand, right?
yes,
Yeah.
yeah, very easy to see new priorities and everything. Yeah.
Things
How
have to
about
be.
you?
Also been keeping safe. Working from home and definitely had to adjust. So there's that, and of course, when social distancing rules and such, definitely new. But it's all right. We'll be okay.
Yeah. I mean, yeah. Like anytime I for a minute think, oh, this is tough. Like you're not far from someone who's so much worse that.
Right. That's exactly it. Exactly. I can't really complain, I really can't.
Right. Yeah. Newfound respect for everybody in every situation, kind of.
Pretty much. I think Carmen just joined in.
Yes.
Hey, can you hear us? I can hear you. Yeah, yeah, I can hear you.
Hey, Paco.
How are you doing, Carmen?
Good. How are you?
Hanging in. You know, we were just saying things could be much worse. So every frustration I have, I know other people have worse. So really cannot complain.
That is true. That is true. Can't complain. We hear a lot of people going.
Yeah, it's really sad.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Yes, indeed. Who's coming in? Somebody coming in.
Hey Carmen, it's Calista. I'm having trouble with the WebEx. It's not allowing me to log in.
I know it took me a while to get in. I don't like
It's
WebEx.
saying the password is incorrect.
What, what password you have?
The one in the agenda, the meeting password.
Uh, is the correct one, Khalid?
Hmm?
Can't hear you, Khalid.
The TPAQR password under the meeting
Sorry.
number.
Yes, the password is missing one T. I'm looking at it right now. I see it. It's two T's and capital P, capital A, capital R, capital G,
Would
P.
would you guys be able to email it out in case people? I think other people are having the same issue.
Goodness. Okay, I'm seeing it right now. Let me do that. Second.
Thanks.
Yeah, I pasted the link from the invitation, and it gets when.
Send this out right now.
Okay, that worked. Thank you.
No worries. Okay. small typo that was really nice.
Has CB9 done a lot of virtual meetings already, or is this one of the first ones?
Not a lot, but we have so far conducted the executive committee meeting for last month, April, and a general board meeting as well. So, and then we've also had our youth services committee meeting via virtual platform and our health and social services committee platform as well. So this one would mark the 5th, I believe. Yeah, for transportation. Tomorrow we'll be hosting public safety committee and parks, recreation, and culture committee, and then hopefully moving forward, an economic development committee, executive, and a general board. That's what we've had.
That sounds pretty successful, considering this is, I'm sure, new for many people.
Yeah, we're making it work. And there are frequent WebEx trainings for the community boards. Just so we can get us acclimated as best possible to the platform. So, but it seems to be working. We've had not much complaints, not much, but
Yeah. I'm not too. WebEx is I don't find it to be too easy to use. I find Zoom to be a whole lot better. I left the general meeting because it was giving me a headache.
Especially with larger things, I think we can mute on entry and assign panelists where only a certain amount of people are allowed to speak and share, and everybody else is muted, but they can raise their hands for inquiries and to inquire if they can share something. And I know that was part of the training, but in terms of actual use, I need to get that down. But Zoom,
Yeah,
I think.
No, and I think that's the best because I've done a lot of webinar and they just have a panelist speaking and then people write in the chat and somebody from the panel, read the questions and answer it. So, but when you have a whole bunch of people and some don't mute and they want to jump in and cut in and all, I was like, I'm out.
Yeah, can get out of control. So.
Yeah.
We'll see. We'll make it work.
All right. So what we have four committee members.
At least Sophia. I just sent out the email for the correct login information as a reminder as well.
Yeah, I didn't even go through that because I just from the calendar. I just clicked it on the calendar from the
right. Yeah, that one had
invitation.
Right. Yeah, it comes directly from WebEx, which has the correct information from their platform. Yeah. The agenda had a typo. Okay.
Yeah. All right. Well, since we got four, I say we just get started. I don't want to just be sitting here looking at each other on the screen.
But it's nice to see faces again too. So.
Right. So this is basically a check-in, see where everybody's at, any issues. Unfortunately, we were supposed to be having our transportation town hall meeting this month. So now we are set back into God knows when, because we only have one more meeting left, and I don't anticipate that we're gonna be fully functioning in June either. So I guess we'll just be trying to do as much follow-up on pending items as we can to our meeting the fall. But anyway, we have who's here? Emily? We have a guest. So anyway, I'm Carmen Martinez, Chair of the Transportation Committee. I will ask everybody else to introduce themselves.
I just wanted to introduce myself. I'm gonna be the new person for any of your Department of Transportation questions. I'm replacing Diana. I'm not sure if you worked with her before, but I'm gonna be the new transportation person
Liaison
for
community. Yes.
Oh, excellent, excellent. So we'll be emailing a lot after this meeting.
I'll give my information over to you. If you guys have pen and paper to write it down, I'll be happy to give you my information so I can answer any questions that you guys have going.
Feel free to type it in the chat if you'd like,
Yeah.
Okay.
and send it to everyone. It might be easier.
I see how to
Yeah.
do that.
Yeah. Well, thank you for joining us. All other members, you want to introduce yourself?
I think Melissa's trying.
You're muted, Kalista.
Hey everybody, I'm Calista. I'm the vice chair of the committee. I don't know what else to say, but
Hi, Chloe.
I'm Paco. I've been on the committee for a number of years, I think, or I've been attending meetings, transportation meetings for a number of years. And I live on Lincoln Road.
Nice to meet you.
Hey, Shalom, it's on you.
Hey guys.
Hi.
Hi.
Hello.
Welcome.
Thank you.
So we can basically so Emily, since we have you issues right now, so what I will be doing, you probably come from the office because I know we have a list of pending referrals to try to get a status, and maybe you can brief us on how DOT is functioning in terms of handling issues that are brought to their attention.
So when do you have a list of outstanding issues that haven't been taken care of? That's something that I can easily look up for you. Any type of request or concerns that you had, and you've been given a DOT tracking number. That's something I can look up for you. So I put my email address in the chat. Feel free to email me any outstanding issues that you have in your community and on the board, and I can get back to you as soon as I find out that information to you. I'm taking over for Diana indefinitely. I would like to let you guys know that I'm very open. I get back to you guys quick, and I really value good relationship with my board. So I would like you to know that I will do my best for you guys.
I truly appreciate that. And yes, we have lists of open cases. And again, I will work with Khalid. Khalid and I will work on getting it together. to make sure that we send you everything that we have that's outstanding, and then you can give us feedback. I'll tell you right off the bat that since Nathan left, we really have not been getting effective communication between DOT and the board. So I'm happy to hear that you open to dialogue because when Nathan was there, anytime we refer something, we really, we got a response and we truly appreciated that. So welcome aboard and we look forward to working with you. Uh,
Yeah.
And hopefully at some point we'll have in-person meetings.
Yeah, that's the goal. To try to get things back to normal as soon as we can.
Yeah. Stanley?
Hi there.
Hi, Stanley.
Yeah, I'm on also, Carmen. This is Jeff.
Jeff? Okay, hi, Jeff.
Warren Burke.
Okay, hey, Warren. Thank you for
Hey,
joining us.
how are you? You're welcome.
Good. So we just got to welcome in Emily, who's our liaison from DOT. And I was just basically briefing her on the wonderful relationship that we have with Nathan, which we hope it will be like the same with her. And we're anxious to have a working relationship with DOT and expediting all of the issues and concerns that the constituents have brought to our attention. So, you want to introduce yourself, Warren?
Yes. I'm Warren Burke. I'm the first vice chair of CB9.
Thank you.
Nice to meet
You're welcome.
So we basically wanted to get together, just talk about how things have been going on in the community. What we have been able to see since this pandemic started. I know that we are transportation, and I'll probably join in on the environmental protection meeting whenever they have it because one of the things that we know has been happening is a lot of littering in the street, people dropping gloves and masks and all the other stuff, which is now our concern. But I'm just giving an example of things that have been going on since this pandemic started. So I don't know what people have been seeing in the street in terms of transportation. I know the buses are running, and I'm not a public transportation person, so I wouldn't be able to talk about anything that's going on with public transportation. So we just want to hear from everyone what their experiences have been, their neighbors, their family, what they've been hearing in the community. Anybody?
Well, the drivers are out of control, but I think everybody's seen that. I mean, they're on Mission Avenue, they're regularly going 60 miles an hour. The only thing that's slowing them down is that the traffic seems to be back to almost where it was, which is a little frightening all by itself. Also, without the alternate side parking, none of the streets are getting, like you said, there's masks and gloves and a lot of broken glass all over the street. So I don't know what can we do. I don't think there's anything we can do about that until alternate side parking comes back.
I can on that a little bit. So alternate side parking is suspended until May 15th. So far, what we've been told is that we will have a break in we will be forcing alternate side parking for about a week for that. So DSNY can go out and clean since we have.
What were the dates that you said?
ASP is suspended until May 15th. After May 15th, what we've been told is that ASP will be enforced for about a week or so. So transportation can go out and clean. And then after that week or so, however long they dictate that enforcement to be, we'll go back to suspending ASP for however long is left in the pause.
Okay, so it'll basically go on this pause.
From I understand from May, what is it, May 17th to the 24th? They're going to start alternate parking May 18th through the 24th.
I don't have like
for cleaning. For cleaning, so week and it's going to start again. May 25th is going to start again. So that's good to hear, because you know there is a lot of garbage in the street. I mean, I came out of my house one morning and people had dropped like a whole pizza box and gloves and bottles and containers right in front of my door. So, you know, I don't know how it's going to function with the open streets. How they're going to institute the cleaning. So, can you brief us on that, so that they're opening up more streets? But how is that going to work in terms of picking up, cleaning after people?
So that is a logistic that we are still working on. To be very frank with you, a lot of the Open Streets dialogue has been very rapid and pushed forward without a lot of clear, ideas of how jurisdictional things will work. But that is a conversation that we're having now, and as soon as I get more information, that's something that I can let you guys know.
Can we pitch Strum Streets to you? What's the mechanism for that, for additional open streets?
So I sent the board an email, Mia, and with the information on what the rules and regulation of what open streets will look like. And in that email, there's a link to a Google form or some sort where you can recommend streets. So Khalid, if you could send that out to the board, that would be helpful.
Yes, I can share that
Great,
right
thank
now,
you.
actually.
Thanks. That'd be great.
Actually, just send it to Fred, myself, and Carmen.
I'm sorry, Warren? Say that again?
I said, not to the full board, send it to the executive committee.
Yes, we'll do.
Transportation committee have a say in
Of
which
course,
streets get
and the
selected?
transportation committee.
I mean, I don't think that is Warren. I don't think that that's not something that we need to hold from the public or the board, because there is a link.
No.
No.
It's not
Let me
withholding
finish.
anything.
Let me finish. There's already a link on DOT where you can go in and it's a form to request open street. It's already a
No, I
link
think
there.
that's fine. But I think the executive board should take a look at it, and the transportation committee. And we have an executive board meeting next Tuesday, and we'll discuss it, and then Fred will put it on the agenda.
Yeah. But again, it's something that is available, and I understand.
No, it's important.
They're partnering. DOT is partnering with bids as well, right? Some of the streets that were just opened up are being managed by bids. Emily?
Yeah, they are.
So there are some streets closed in partnership with community organizations such as BIDS and certain community organizations. They operate a little bit differently than the streets that will be closed in conjunction with NYPD. So vary with the streets that are being maintained through the partners, whereas on any street that is going to be maintained by NYPD. It's going to be a blanket hours of 8 to 8, Monday through Sunday.
Okay.
There with NYPD materials.
I have a question about the Flatbush Avenue bike lane that seems to finally be happening. How are you gonna build that? Is that gonna be with the big plastic water-filled barriers or the?
And again, I'm
the
sorry.
non-season-
Cut off.
I'm sorry?
Which bike?
The Flatbush Avenue between Grand Army Plaza and Empire Boulevard?
So those are currently, those protected bike lanes will be temporary in measures, meaning they'll be closed off using an DOT materials. I'm not exactly
What
sure.
material? That's all.
Not exactly which materials it is. From what I've seen on our other temporary protected bike lanes, they've been orange barrels, and that's about it. I can get more information on that for you.
Okay.
What
And
is
I have a
like?
follow-up on that. So that lane has been announced as coming this year. Will the temporary barriers be in place until the permanent one gets built? You might not know the answer now. I just want to know for the future.
It's a little complicated, and
Sure.
conversation is still ongoing. So that Flatbush Avenue bike lane was going to be implemented. It was being pushed through under capital measures. Unfortunately, COVID-19 emergencies happened, and so our capital funding got cut. So all safety improvement projects were cut, but the Open Streets initiatives, it's being jurisdiction that we kind of set forth for the bike lane is going to be implemented temporarily with hopes that after everything sort of gets straightened out when we return back to normal capacity, that it would and might eventually turn into a protected bike lane, just a regular normal one.
You're saying it might not?
It might not. So we
And this is
hope,
because of lack of funding, right?
kind of, yeah. We hope that this will make it more, I guess when we do get that funding, that full funding again, that it will be easier to implement in you know, for real. Does that make sense?
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's not a good answer, but it makes sense.
Okay.
And I know it's not your answer. That's fine. Thank you.
Yeah, I'm everything changes every
not-
day for us. So I'm trying my best.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. No, I appreciate that. Thank you.
Hi, it's Warren Burke. Just for the bike lane, first of all, it's nice to meet you, and I hope you have a good job there. I have three things I want to talk about. Do you have any input on the buses? I mean, it's a part of our transportation committee, but is that your area?
So buses are they
MTA.
are under the jurisdiction of MTA.
Yeah. That's MTA.
Okay. Going back to the bike lines, I'm an avid bike rider and I ride up Flatbush every day. And I ride on the sidewalk by the Botanical Gardens because I find riding on Flatbush itself is extremely dangerous. So I just want to suggest that in your temporary endeavor, that you consider one of those sidewalks. They're very unused, especially on the Botanical Gardens. And I just have this feeling if you're putting in temporary barrels or stations or whatever, that we're going to end up with people parking there as they did on J Street and everything else. So Just a suggestion, okay? And we don't have to have the whole um, sidewalk by the botanical gardens, but you can use your temporary uh, barrels or bastions or whatever to separate it. That's one thing. In terms of Empire Boulevard, I see there's a lot of construction there. You familiar with that? So I see that on the Utica Avenue side, that you guys are really busy, which is good. Can you tell us what's happening there?
Empire and Utica Avenue. You're
It's really Empire and Schenectady, yeah, around between Schenectady and Utica.
I can look into that for you and get back to you. If
No,
you
I can.
Isn't that the reconstruction project?
That's okay. That's the Empire Boulevard, and I thought Alejandra was going to be on because that is part of the Utica Avenue reconstruction project,
Okay,
which we get the weekly update from DGC, and I believe
I've
that
seen those, yes.
right, and I had asked for Alejandra to come in and give us an update on how that construction is going. But that's what's going on there. I mean, as far as Schenectady
About-
to Utica, they are supposed to be expanding that triangle
Okay,
because they are decreasing the amount of roadway.
okay,
So
yeah, 'cause there's a lot of wasted roadway.
triangle, right? That triangle is supposed to go almost up to where the White Castle is.
Okay,
That's being reconfigured, and they actually gave a presentation about the project. I think it was our February or either I think it was the February meeting. They gave a presentation with the slides, and we actually have the presentation um, that they emailed to us in the office
okay.
about the project. So if I can send you that, you
Yeah,
can.
I can take a look, thank you. Also on Empire Boulevard and I believe it's Washington, there's a lot of work going on, or there's some work at the end of Sterling Street between Sterling and Empire. Do you know what that is?
not.
Ali can probably. Oh, Emily,
Yeah, go ahead.
you have information on it?
Not off the top of my head, but that's something that I can look into and get more information for you.
So, Warren, you're asking about an Empire by Washington and Franklin, that triangle right there is
Yeah, the triangle. Yeah, and put it in perspective. There's some history here. That at one point that
right. So Department of Design, yes, they're also planning work. So they're planning work on opposite ends of Empire Boulevard, over by Utica Avenue, as you were just talking about, and also by Washington and Franklin. I do share the details on our weekly e-blast and community notices.
I get those.
Just give me,
I get those.
yeah, just give me 1 second.
But it doesn't give details.
That's not
right. That's what we were hoping Alexandra would have been available.
Oh, okay.
To us. Right.
Yeah.
Okay. So
But I can tell you that's not part of the Empire construction because they're not coming to this end until October. They were scheduled to begin on this end in October, which the reason why I wanted her to come on was to our project is going to move forward with the disruption that's going on. Is it going to be extended beyond the January 2021, which was it's supposed to run up to January 2021. But with everything that's going on, we anticipate that that project is going to last longer than that. But anything that's happening there, that's why I pointed to Khalid. It either has to be something with National Grid or Con Edison or DEP because it's not related to the Empire reconstruction project.
You know, Carmen, you're fading in and out.
No, I know.
I won't ask.
I was on a block meeting and everybody can say you breaking up, and I'm like, this is the best I can do. I don't know what to tell you.
So this is my question about Empire. About a year and a half or 2 years ago, supposedly the triangle between Sterling and Empire by Western Beef and Popeyes.
Yeah.
That was supposed to be taken out and a little park put in, and the conduit from that goes off to the right was supposed to be shut down to ease the traffic congestion. So I was just curious what status of that. Is it happening? Is it not happening?
That's part of the Empire reconstruction project that's going on now.
Okay,
Part
whatever.
of the project. So in October, on or by October, that's the whole construction scheme on this side. They are remember that we have suggested other alternatives. Remember there was meetings about that, and DOT stopped communicating. They
Yes,
said
I
that it
do
was off
remember that.
the table. It was off the table. They were not having any further discussion on it. And then when I did the walk with Alejandra in December 9th, actually, because it was real cold, and I brought that up to her, and and she said, basically, the contract is, when DDC gets involved, the contract is a contract.
Okay, so does that mean
the contract is a contract? So that project has been signed, sealed, and delivered.
So does that mean that
And they
they
actually gave them a whole, the transportation committee was beating them over the head when they did come for the presentation because of the fact that they have cut off all communication with the board about the project, and then came back when it was basically digging
fait accompli?
Right.
I got that. I remember that.
Alexandra, we were just talking about you. You must have heard us.
I'm so sorry. I was having issues with my Wi-Fi.
Everyone, that's Alexandra from DGC. She's
Hello.
the community liaison. Department of Design and Construction.
Thank you.
So to fill you in on the conversation we were having, Warren Burke, who's our first VP, vice chair, was asking about the Empire Boulevard project. And the plan remember that we had that conversation, and also the transportation committee was bashing you over the head about the triangle on Washington and Empire being closed off. So you can basically, that's the gist of the conversation we were having before you came. So now we turn it on to you.
I'm sorry. Can you repeat that last part? I didn't catch that.
I said that's basically the conversation we were having about that triangle, the Western Beach, Empire, between Washington and Empire, how they planning to close it off. That's all part of that project.
Yes. So, as far as the project is going right now, they're primarily focusing on the sewer portion of
Can you
it.
mute everybody?
They're still working.
Well, we need whoever's not speaking to mute them. They need to be muted. Okay.
Okay. So yes, they're working on the east end section of the project right now. In terms of closing off that street, as far as I have been informed, that is still part of the plan for the project. We did not have that forum with DOT unfortunately, at the level that we are at right now, that is determined by DOT. They gave us the plans from DOT and DEP, and we're at the phase where the contractor and construction management is just proceeding with the plans that DOT and DEP gave us.
Basically, what I was saying before you came, done deal, BDC usually come on when all the ink has dried.
Okay, so I'm being a little dense here. So is the triangle gonna become a park and the street's gonna be closed?
Yeah, so they're going to be closing off, I believe it's Franklin Avenue. So the southernmost block of Franklin Avenue is going to be closed off. I don't think it's officially going to be qualified as a pedestrian plaza, but it's essentially going to be a pedestrian plaza. There's going to be pedestrian space over there. It's going to have probably some landscaping.
Okay, thank you. I just want definition. Thank you.
So to welcome Kim and Alexandra. So Kim, if you would just introduce yourself. You gotta unmute.
Okay. Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Kim Robinson. I represent Councilmember Alika Ampry Samuel.
Okay. And Alexandra, before we beat you up, you can go ahead and do a formal introduction of yourself.
Oh, my name is Alexandra Gergis. I'm the Community Construction Liaison for the DDC reconstruction of Empire Boulevard.
And Debbie? Unmute yourself. There you go.
Sorry. Chair of the Economic Development Committee.
Welcome. Okay, so any more? Kim, Emily is our liaison to DOT. And of course, your office and the community board, we have unfinished business with DOT with regard to Midwood.
You're breaking up.
Yeah, Emily is our liaison from DOT.
Okay.
And I just wanted her to get to know your face and your name because we have unfinished business with DOT, with the board, with regard to Midwood, the situation on Midwood Street that we're supposed to resume as soon as we can.
Yeah.
So, just warning Emily so she'll know.
Okay.
Nice to meet you.
Okay.
Okay, so it's open to members. Any other issues, concern, anything else that you guys want to discuss? Muted.
Oh, sorry. Thank you. I'm curious about a concern I had raised, I think in the January and February meetings, maybe it was December and January, about Brooklyn Avenue. I know everything is now shuffled, but I'm curious if now that DOT is on, right, if they are fully aware or what the next steps would be. But I had seen quite a bit of speeding on Brooklyn Avenue, especially by Winthrop, by Wingate Park, where I used to tend to take my toddler. So I know I think at the committee meeting, we had all looked at some photos and we noticed there's some crosswalks missing, and essentially a re-envisioning of some of Brooklyn Avenue was possibly worth pursuing. I'm curious what the next steps would be in the committee's eyes and with DOT on the line here as far as, what kind of changes should be coming or could be coming in this new landscape for Brooklyn Avenue.
Your concern were actually referred to Commissioner Bray, and he actually sent me an email, and it has been assigned a DOT number. He also mentioned something to the effect that he has had communications with you before, Paco. So Emily, I don't know if Emily was, I don't even remember if I saw your name, the response that Ray gave, because he might have copied somebody else. I don't think I remember seeing your name. But I do have, and I will share that email with you, Paco, because I thought I had, but there is an email that he sent. It has been assigned a case number, and we'll just have to, find out how they plan to handle that situation. They got your video, they got your pictures. Everything that you sent to me was sent to Commissioner Bray. And he does have it because he responded to my email.
Hi, this is Warren. Carmen, I live on Brooklyn Avenue also, and Paco is 100% correct. In fact, I stopped running on Brooklyn Avenue from Sterling down to Winthrop because of the speeding. If you could send that to me, I'd appreciate it.
Okay. Yeah.
Thank you.
No problem. Anything else?
Yeah, I would just make everyone aware that if there's ever an issue such as, missing crosswalk markings or a stop sign or any type of, infrastructure that DOT does maintain or have jurisdiction over, it's very simple. You could send me an email with your concern. From that point onward, I input your concern and your request into a database that our agency uses to assign cases to different units who then review the information. They go out and inspect, and if it warrants, new markings or a new updated sign, or a sign needs to be repaired or installed, that's something that gets done in-house. And it takes about, 3 months to get a determination made, and afterwards another 3 months for installation if the determination was made that, it warrants a new whatever. So my email is over in the chat. Feel free to email me whenever you have any concerns, any questions, and comments on anything DOT related, and I'll get back to you as soon as I can.
Thank you. Khalid will make sure, if you don't get it, Khalid will email that information to the committee at the conclusion of the meeting.
Yes, I also same email for NYC Open Streets to you all, so you should have the same note from Emily in your emails by now, including her contact and also the link to the form that she was referring to earlier.
Alejandro, it's Warren Burke from CB9. I just wanted to bring something to your attention that we started working on a couple of years ago, and we haven't gotten any response. And I don't know why. I'm not putting any blame there. I don't know what happened. But I do know it's been brought up again, especially with this whole COVID-19. Basically, Eastern Parkway, the walkways on our side, which is the southern side, is very highly utilized at this point. And all of the markings have been faded between the bicycles and the pedestrians. And in addition to that, a number of runners have told us that, especially around Nordstrom and Kingston, that there are holes and dips that could be, injurious to people. So when I first started looking at this, I was the chair of the Parks Committee, and they said it was DOT. Could we just get definition, please? I'm sorry for all the digging. I don't know why that's happening. But if you could just look into it and get back to Khalid or Mia or myself or, of course, Carmen. But it's a very highly used thing, and we really need some better markings.
Okay, I'll look into that and get back to you.
Yeah, it's just like because everybody was shifting their responsibilities, so I don't know what's what. But I believe we worked with you on Utica Avenue with the signage and everything else. You did a great job, so I just wanted to bring it up. Thank you.
No problem.
All right, Kim, you have any report from the councilwoman? Okay.
Hey guys, I just wanted to speak briefly about the mutual aids in the neighborhood. Have a couple of mutual aids within our community board, 9. One of them is Crown Heights Mutual Aid, which I'm not a part of, so I can't speak much about them. But there's also Flatbush Mutual Aid, which I have been volunteering for. And we're basically, a lot of mutual aids are popping up because there's a lot of our neighbors who are in need, whether it's primarily it's been food related, but a lot of people are in need of other resources, you know, information about unemployment, rents, etc. But there's a lot of people who are going hungry. You know, we have whole households that have, you know, been laid off. And we primarily attend to the greater Flatbush area, but we've been getting a lot of requests from people out in Canarsie, East New York, Brownsville, especially. And we've also been assisting them as well. So we've been covering a wide geographic area. And we could definitely use more volunteers. You know, we have volunteer opportunities to fit any skill set. If you have experience with digital interfaces, website building, flyers, you know, graphic design, we can use you. If you prefer to work from home remotely, there, you know, you can do that and do intake. Or if you have a car, help deliveries, you know, we could use assistance there too. So we could use volunteers in capacity. And if you're interested, please let me know. I'm also going to send out information about Flatbush Mutual Aid, and I'll send the link, the website for Crown Heights Mutual Aid. Sometimes we work together because we have a lot of people who contact us, but they live in Crown Heights. Basically, you know, we're all donation funded. So all of the groceries, for example, that we gather for people is all based on donations from other neighbors like yourself. And you know, I'll send all of that information out to the transportation committee in the next couple of days. But if you have any questions about getting involved, let me know. We're pretty open. There's no hierarchy. You know, it's a very, very solid group of volunteers who all live in the area. And we also operate on Slack. We have a Facebook group. So we could really use your help, and your neighbors could use your help right now.
Lisa, if you can share that information with us before Friday 3 p.m., that'd be great. I can send that out, you know, to in our weekly e-blast and get some more, you know, traffic for you if possible.
Awesome, thanks. I'll send it out tomorrow. I'll send you like all of the documents.
Okay, good.
Thank you. Anybody else has anything else? And there's also a lot of organizations that do food deliveries. I personally reached out on behalf of a senior to Heights and Hills, and the board should be very familiar with Heights and Hills. We had a gentleman who fractured his arm or his hand, so he's not able to cook. And I sent an email to Heights and Hills, and within an hour, somebody had reached out to him and they open up a case for him, and they are delivering 3 meals a day to the gentleman. And I make a point of searching Facebook. There's a lot of groups on Facebook for food distribution. Lori Cumbo in particular, she's always listing organizations that are distributing boxes of food. My daughter was part of, not my daughter, actually my granddaughter, Brooklyn United, the marching band, and the owner owns the Bergen, and they give out breakfast, lunch, and dinner for free. I also have that flyer. So Khalid, I'm going to scan all of those flyers and send them to you. And if you can just email it to the community. I know that the Jewish Community Council, they give out food every Wednesday. And the board president, they gave out food today as well. So it's a lot of things going on in terms of resources for the community. And I was actually listening to the news before I got on, and the single mother of 5 was talking about how since the pandemic, her grocery bills have increased by $50 a week. And because of lack of resources, she has now limited the household to 2 meals a day because she cannot afford extra $50 a week to feed her children. So there are a lot of people out there that are in need, and we as New Yorker should not even, sit back and not help out. There's a whole group in East Flatbush. It's called the East Flatbush Meals for First Responders. They actually feed, they give out breakfast and sometimes dinner, whatever, to downstate Kings County, the nursing homes in the district. So, I always look around for them, and whatever monies I used to spend on happy hour on Fridays, I send it to the group instead. Since I have happy hour home now.
Hey,
And I
it's
cannot
Ron
go shoe shopping, so I just try to help out those groups.
Yeah. It's Warren. I just wanted to Carmen's Horn for a second because she told you half the story. This is really just wonderful in terms of our community. So what happened is that Carmen is also on the Kings County Advisory Board. She's the secretary, and I'm involved with it also. And one of our members notified us that this gentleman had a big problem and he couldn't eat. He wasn't getting hot food. And from certain food places, he was getting snacks, this and that, but nothing substantial. So Carmen just selflessly arranged food for him. So the next thing that happened was that the Lions Club of Community Board 17 in that area, which is south of us, was looking to donate money. They had raised some money and they wanted to donate money to a food organization. So based on Carmen's good work, the Lions Club is now donating money to Heights and Hills. And I was just so thrilled with that whole process and so proud of her and just the members of our community. And I just wanted to state that because it's just like a circle of giving. And I just wanted to let everybody know some of the quiet work Carmen does.
Oh, Warren.
Oh, Carmen.
Listen, we can all help in any way we can. It doesn't matter. And I just want you to know that if I didn't find anybody to feed that man, I was gonna cook for him every day and go to make some for him.
Well, just so everybody knows, I requested Carmen to bring some meals over to me and she refused. So, and I do also want to give a shout out to Khalid. Under the directorship of Francesca Leopold, who's our health committee, the 71st precinct, Khalid, myself, and some other people from the board gave out a lot of face masks today on Nordstrom Avenue. And we're doing it tomorrow on Kingston and then on Friday on Utica. But I have to tell you, it's just a great feeling. We wanted to give the businesses, not the bodegas or the 99-cent stores, but the businesses that are operating boxes of face masks so their staff can use them. And it was a great experience. So I want to thank Khalid for helping to coordinate this.
Yes, thank you, Khalid.
It's so good to hear everyone is so, is being helpful and during this time. So great job, everybody. And I also wanted to add, there's a local restaurant called Honey Badger on my block. They're on Fenimore Street.
Yes.
They've been cooking hot meals and donating them for free to staff at Kings County Hospital and also to like seniors and immunocompromised people in the community who are unable to cook for themselves. They've been giving them these meals for free. And they could also use some funding, like additional donations. So Khalid, I will send you that info as well to like in one big, email to send all that info. So if people want to donate to them, it would help them to be able to, supply more meals to more vulnerable seniors in the community.
Yes, I actually included Honey Badger in my list that I submitted to the Lions Club for funding.
It's terrific.
Thank you. All right. Is somebody coming in?
Valerie.
Hi, Valerie.
Hey.
How are you?
I'm doing well. How's everyone over there?
Well, we basically are at the end of the meeting, but is there anything that you want to talk about?
Transportation wise, nothing really that I can think of. I'm sheltering in place, so it's not like I'm really out there walking around looking and seeing what's going on. I can't really think of anything, so.
Just anything in the community that you've seen since this pandemic, if you know anyone in particular that need help or any information that you need, any information that you want to share, we are at that point right now.
Well, community stuff, they don't have the NCO thing active anymore, but I did speak to Officer Washington, and he was mentioning something about that the car larcenies, I don't know if there's a larceny or whatever, but the breaking into the cars, that has increased, and we've had an increase of graffiti going on in the area, and I also think I heard something about they're going to try to have some kind of youth program that I don't know if they're going to call them youth officers or something to try to engage some of the young folk for the summer because, summer's here already and they don't have anything to do. There are no jobs. So not to say there's going to be an uptick in little crimes or issues, but things are happening because there was a helicopter over my house today. I don't know if you all heard it out there, but there was this helicopter. I mean, you could almost read the numbers off the bottom of the helicopter. And I was like, who are they looking for? Right here in my neighborhood. So,
Valerie,
not really transportation stuff.
Warren, my question is, what did you do?
I was actually working from home, so I just continued to work from home, and my godson is here visiting me, and he was, like, oh my goodness, what is that? I was like, that's the helicopter. I guess they're looking for somebody, so that was like exciting for him. But otherwise, all is well. And I do know that Ebbets Field on Tuesdays and Fridays they have food giveaways. Somewhere, I guess you have to check with Beverly and maybe Roger Green. I think Roger Green's day is on Tuesday, and Beverly Newsom's day is on Friday. Around 12 o'clock, 12:30, they give stuff out. Fresh fruits and vegetables, I think, on Tuesdays with Roger Green and Beverly, whatever the food truck brings on Fridays.
Roger Green?
Yes, Roger Green. He's working with some
You
right.
mean
Roger.
Richard, you mean Richard Green, right?
I don't know why I keep calling him Robert. Yes, it is Richard Green. Yes.
Oh, because I was going to say, I was like, Roger Green.
It's Richard Green, and I think he's working with this lady named Miss Dolly or something. I can't remember what her name is, but she's in Evansville as well. And they have their stuff on Tuesdays, and Beverly has her stuff on Fridays. And also, they're looking at trying to have like some fresh food market maybe, where they are working with like the vendors at 14th Street and maybe over there at Grand Army Plaza to try to have something on our side of town where our neighbors can come to. And, you know, it's in the elementary stages, and they're trying to bring some stuff on our side so that we don't have to always go over to Grand Army Plaza to get our things, or to 14th Street in Manhattan, or wherever else you normally get your fresh fruits and vegetables.
That's great.
Mm-hmm.
You should reach out to Seeds in the Middle.
Seeds in the Middle?
Yeah, and the board has the information because they sent a lot of email. Yeah, this group called Seeds in the Middle, they are like a fruit, vegetable, eggs, chicken kind of market.
Oh, okay.
And I was just looking at their stuff yesterday because you can request them, you know, like if you want to have a market, they will come to your area, and they partner with local farmers and stuff to get locally grown. So I'll share that information with you.
Okay, cool. That'll be good. That'll be nice to have and stuff. So
Hey,
pretty much that's yeah.
Yeah, Valerie, earlier today you were talking about those helicopters. According to Snap, you had two guys on the roof of one of the apartment buildings that were trying to break in or do whatever.
Really?
So, yeah, that was this afternoon. So that's probably what you saw and heard.
Wow. Because they were, I mean, this is the closest they've ever been. I mean, you could see almost could wave to the guys, almost could see them. And they were right there. I don't know if they were near Carroll Street maybe, but they were right there. I mean,
That's
right
what it
there.
is. It says Rogers and Carroll's around 4:30 today.
Right, right. I was working from home then, and so my boss was like, "What's that?" And so I said, "It's a helicopter," and he was like, "I guess they're looking for somebody." So he's getting ready to go outside. I'm like, "Don't go outside! Don't go outside! Stay inside! I don't want you out there." But all we had to do was look out our back window, well, really from the porch, and they were like right there.
Mm-hmm.
So, but thanks for letting us know, because what are they doing? Trying to break into people's
in the middle of the day.
Right, in the middle of the day, So that's why we're going to be so careful. But there's going to be a lot of stuff because people are going to be really desperate now. If depending on their situation, if they were desperate before, they might even be more desperate and look at other things of getting money and messing with people and trying to take their stuff. So I don't know, but God is good.
It says they got those two guys, so.
Oh, very good. Very
two
good.
more
We
off
don't
the
need,
street for a couple of hours.
Yeah, right. At least for a couple of hours. At least for a couple of hours. And then my church, Bethany Baptist Church I always say Sumner Avenue and Decatur Street, but it's Marcus Garvey and Decatur Street and Bed-Stuy have started covert. I call it covert. I don't know that's not even the name of the thing. What is the name?
COVID,
right. I keep calling it covert. My godson is like, did they have a new name now? But anyway, they're testing at our church. You could just sign up to find out if you've had it, do you have the antibodies, or do you have it? And they have a location at our church as well as at Calvin Butts Church in Manhattan and Abyssinian. So you could call up the church. And actually, our church was on the news, NBC News, and you might see it if you watch NBC at 11 o'clock news. Reverend Lacey and Reverend Calvin Butts, they were both on talking about the testing that's going to be happening. Actually, it's going to be throughout all of the boroughs. They're going to be partnering with the churches, Northwell Health, and they're going to have they're going to have where you can go and you can just test.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Christian Culture Center is one of the churches. And there's actually a whole list of churches that was put out by the governor's office, as well as Hakeem Jeffrey's office. So there is a list of all the churches that are going to be doing testing. I know that I was looking at the list today, but I know CCC Christian Culture Center is one of the churches, and another
Cool.
church in East New York. So it's a whole lot
Cool.
of
Cool.
churches that are partnering.
Right. And, we need to find out what's going on because I know that I'm not really trying to go back to work, get on the train at all. I saw this video today that my godson's father sent him about how, just the transmission, just the droplets, the spray when you cough and when you sneeze, and how this lingers in the area, that you're in. That's why places like the prisons and the nursing homes, the place that, don't get a lot of circulation and outside fresh air when you're in your office. You could be in the cubicle with your, I call my cube mate who's across from me, that's at least 6, maybe 7 feet away. But if we're coughing and sneezing in there, and if we have these little droplets that are very, very small, and they're lingering in the air, we could breathe it in. So, it's tough right now. And I already told my supervisor, I said, because right now for my job, we're not going back for a while. They said something that we're closed indefinitely. I work for the federal government, Department of Labor, and they said that we're, going to be out indefinitely right now, but they're looking at, from district office to district office to see how they're going to roll it out and open it back up. But for right now, New York, we've got so many cases. I don't see us going back to work anytime soon. And I already told my supervisor, I'm not getting on the train. So I don't know what you're going to do. But I'm not getting on the train because I feel like that's the incubator. All those people on the train and coughing and sneezing, and we're in a tight location. So I told her, I don't know if I'll be able to come back to work on the train, I don't know what y'all going to do, but we're working from home for right now. So.
Okay. Thank you.
You're welcome. That's what's going on with me. And I know I missed the meeting, but did we ever fix that leak on that lady's block where the water is ponding? That water that's ponding on that lady's block over there?
We didn't talk about that. That's down on over there by
Which one you talking about? The one that was on Carroll Street or the one on President Street?
No. Down on Utica and Albany or something like that.
Oh, you're talking about that Midwood case?
Yeah.
Utica and Midwood.
Okay, yeah. We already kind of touched. We kind of warned Emily that we're going to be harassing her about that. So we didn't discuss it, but we talked about pursuing it. So that's already been touched on. But anyway, I just want to thank everyone. It was so great to see you guys. Kalista, thank you so much for sharing information. Alexandra, Emily, welcome aboard. I'm so excited and looking forward to working with you. And Kalista, so much for helping me hold on. If it was just me, everybody be on top of it. I wouldn't know how to control any of this. So thank you guys.
I'm sorry, I have one question. Just one thing to say. Did you guys get the email that was sent about the hearing tomorrow?
What hearing?
I'm sorry, Kim, please say that again.
Did you get the email that was sent regarding the hearing tomorrow? That was, you can share it to the constituent, the executive budget.
Let's see here. Hearings for executive budget. Maybe perhaps. I was not in today. But let me see.
Nobody hit me up for work.
Are we not on the line today?
There's a hearing tomorrow, Kim?
Yeah. Oh, the information they sent over.
Computer, and I was like crazy.
It's the fiscal 2021 executive plan. Capital commitment is gonna. The hearing is gonna be on a police, agent, and sanitation.
Yes.
So
I did. Yes, we received that email 5:41 p.m. Yes.
Okay.
Okay. All right. So I can make sure that my chair is receiving this. Yes.
Great.
Thank you.
All right. Cool. Thank you.
The hearing is tomorrow. Yeah, they need to get that information today.
Okay.
All right. So I hope everyone has been partaking in all of the webinars. Senator Myrie, Assemblywoman Diana Richardson, Latrice Walker. I actually miss Latrice Walker today. It was on family law. But now that I'm working from home, I've been taking advantage of all of those webinars on small business services and everything else. And it's a lot of good information. So I encourage everyone to take advantage of those free webinars and get information and share it. They actually have a women's health forum. Department of Health is having a women's health forum. I posted it on my Facebook, and I think I share it on the Prosper Lefferts Garden Facebook. But it's good stuff. I'll send it to police. Everybody needs all the help they can get with this shut-in, the seniors, the children, women in particular. Now you got to deal with husband and kids.
Right.
So, wish everyone well. You can always email if anything arises. We don't have to wait to have a meeting. So, stay well, stay safe. You got your little friend back there, Kalisa, your little white cat, how pretty.
Oh, thanks.
Oh, Kalista, look at the cat. Yeah, very nice.
Yeah, I'll say the cat is like, all right, that's enough. That's enough.
Crash home with my virtual meetings this way. And then everything stops because everyone's like, okay.
Hey, Carmen, thank you for your leadership. And thank everybody for attending.
Yes, thank you so much.
Thank you.
Again,
was late, though.
thanks Alejandra and Emily. Thank you for taking time to join us, and Kim. All right.
Good night.
Okay.
Everybody have a good night.
Have a good night, and
Yeah,
thank
good
you
night,
all for
everybody.
participating.
Thanks, Jeffrey, for letting me know.
Great meeting.
Too.
All right. Good night.
Good night.
Good night.